Hi Ravens! My name is John and this is my application to be a part of Salmon Nation Raven Network. I'm originally from northeastern Colorado and I grew up on the traditional territory of the Sioux and Ute peoples. I moved out to Cascadia in 2013, living just outside of Portland on the traditional territories of the Chinook and Kalapuya people, and for the last 7 years I've been living in Squamish on the unceded traditional and ancestral territory of the Squamish First Nation. At the moment, I split my time between Squamish, where I'm a university professor at Quest University, Canada, and the west coast of Vancouver Island in Nutchucks, what you might know as Tofino, where I'm currently working on a research project with the Tlahuelcoyot First Nation while on sabbatical for the year. I'm a university professor. I have a PhD in environmental sociology with specializations in environmental governance, race, class, gender, with a focus on whiteness and race inequality in North America. I think Tofino is a really beautiful place to think about some of those intersections. There's a really sort of dense community of people that are doing really forward-thinking work around environmental governance, indigenous self-determination and sovereignty, and socio-ecological systems. It is here that I was exposed to the Salmon Nation manifesto in its booklet form, and I thought it was really inspiring because to me it feels like a really neat way to recognize the way in which small local nodes are part of networks in much larger global webs of influence. And I think we spend so much time working on the ground in very place-specific environments with our sort of nose to the grindstone that it's important sometimes to be able to step back and recognize that there's lots of people working really hard to fight the same sort of inequalities and power injustices that we are in very small places all across Cascadia, all across the planet. And for me, that is inspiring, and that inspiration and that recognition that we're not alone in the fights that we fight is part of what draws me to the Salmon Nation. I think it's worth noting in 2 weeks I'll be teaching a course called Reconciling Salmon here in Clayoquot Sound, in which I'll be bringing 12 university undergraduate students to Clayoquot Sound for 2 weeks for a series of interactions around socio-ecological processes related to salmon in this place. And it's a big course that's been about 6 years in the making of networking and building relationships, and it's all kind of coming to fruition in March. And I'm really excited about that, and I think it's awfully pertinent to the work that Salmon Nation is doing. So yeah, I'm really excited about that, and I think it offers me a kind of set of network relationships that are really hard to form, and that I can bring to the work that I would be able to do with and for Salmon Nation. As well, I've spent a bunch of years working on university governance committees, so I'm well acquainted with how various forms of, in this case, sort of Western academic bureaucracies function and create rules and platforms and protocols and procedures. And I think that's some experience that I could bring to helping sort of have a voice in how those kinds of procedures and processes are developed as part of Salmon Nation, although I wouldn't necessarily recommend exclusively using the models of Western Academy. There's plenty of problems there. Yeah, I think Salmon Nation offers a really amazing collection of people doing forward-thinking, path-breaking work across this bioregion, and that kind of capacity to plug myself into that network and to be a part of it and to contribute to it and to learn from it, so that I can do what I do better, is a part of what inspires me and brings me to this video right now. Yeah, I'm supposed to say, what do I want from Salmon Nation? I find a kind of hope in collective struggle. At this moment in Canada, it's easy to become despondent or find despair or hopelessness in the continued colonial violence that we see, and the ways in which it seems that we're not coming very far, as much as we talk about how far we have come. And I don't necessarily believe that these are struggles that we will ever win, or that are ever to sort of be, kind of like, okay, great, that's over, moving on. But I think there is redemption and purpose in the struggle, and I'm excited about this way of thinking about how to network in that struggle and to be a part of it as best I can to contribute to the success of socio-ecological systems, the well-being and equity of communities, a kind of kindness and compassion towards the natural world and the beautiful creatures that live there, and a deep humility and respect for the places we call home. And I see those values embodied in Salmon Nation, and I'd like to be a part of it. Thank you!